Hi, YouTubers. I got a request from one of my viewers to start reviewing Solaine and Auntie Donna and also Joseph. I believe he's her son. So I decided to take her up on the offer of reviewing this blogger and all that is going on. Well, I'm only going back a week because I'm sure there are a lot of episodes. So a week ago, Auntie Donna decided to visit her friend Solaine. And when she went to visit her, she noticed that she had lost some weight. She wanted to know how she was doing, and she took her some gifts: a handbag, a phone, clothing, and some slippers. Because remember, it was Christmas. So it's a good thing Auntie Donna decided to visit Solaine because she has some health issues going on. So as Donna presented the gifts and is talking to Solaine, she noticed that she's breathing kind of short. So she said, "How come you're short of breath?" And she says, "No, I'm not short of breath." In denial. And she was sick. She said she wasn't sleeping properly. She can't sleep. So she have some kind of insomnia going on. Her brother Joseph is living with her, but it seems like nobody's cleaning the house because the house is a mess. But as Donna was going through the house and telling Solaine that she's going to take her to the doctor, she noticed that the house was dirty. So Miss Donna told her that she was going to get someone to clean the place. But what Solaine did that was positive, a step in the right direction, was to apologize to Miss Donna for everything that she had done to her, because she said, "I know you didn't do me anything, and I'm sorry for everything that happened." And of course, Donna received it. When someone apologizes, you have to receive it. Okay? So in other words, Miss Donna accepted the apology. And so now they can move forward in their friendship. When someone attacks you for no reason, sometimes it's just out of jealousy. So as Solaine is getting ready for her doctor's visit, they're grabbing all the last minute items, like her phone. Then Auntie Donna noticed that Solaine's feet and foot were white, needed creaming. And YouTubers, sometimes when a person is depressed, they're not going to tell you. You have to look for signs. And all that Miss Donna mentioned and pointed out in this episode looks like if Solaine was going through depression. That's an indication that she has not been taking care of herself, neglecting herself. So the house wasn't cleaned up. The flowers are dead. She's been neglecting herself. She's not been eating. What does that tell you, folks? She was going through depression. Definitely depression, and maybe some other stuff going on also. Donna also said, your hair also need to be shaped up. And so Donna is just noticing that her old friend looks different. She's not taking care of herself. She lost weight. Solaine also complained that she's not sleeping at night. When she lie down, her feet feels as though it's dead. Maybe she has some numbness going on or weakness. But whatever it is, it's neurological. It's got to be some type of nerve problem. So Donna, being, up on everything, said, "You know what? We're taking you to the doctor. You're going to see the doctor today, and they can run some tests on you and see what's going on, why you're having all these symptoms." And if you notice in Solaine's area, the house itself, you notice the drawer. I think that was her bedroom that we were seeing. The drawers were open. The clothes were all over the bed. The drawers were overloaded with clothes, just coming out of the drawers and hanging everywhere. So Donna asked Solaine, do you want to see the doctor today or tomorrow? Solaine said tomorrow. And Donna, I guess, might have thought about it, and she says, I'm going to take you today. And then she gave her an explanation. And in any event, it was very astute of Donna to zero in that her friend is not eating. So you wait one more day, that's more calories that she's losing and more pounds that she's going to be losing. So it's best to take her right away. So Donna said, okay, we're going to go to the doctor. Solaine said, I can't afford it or something to that effect. I don't have the money. Donna said, I know you don't have the money, but I got you. I got you covered. Don't worry about it. I'm paraphrasing. Because Solaine was saying, she can't afford this, she can't afford that. And Donna said, I got it. Don't worry about it. And she was peeling off the Benjamins to pay for the bills, okay? And the bills included paying for the gas for the stove to come back on and the parts that's required for it to run, paying for the maid service, paying for another person to cook to come in and make breakfast, and just paying for whatever needs to be paid for to get Solaine up and running again. So although Solaine had lost weight and apparently she wasn't eating well, when she saw Donna, I noticed that her appetite picked up. That means she was happy to see her friend because she had chicken, the vegetable rice, had a banana, and she was guzzling down the food. So I said to myself, you know what, this is good. Her appetite is picking up. She saw her old friend because she did say no one visits her. And this is a sidebar, but I think she might have been a little dehydrated because when you lose your appetite and you're not eating, you're not going to be drinking either. And she's there by herself. So Donna was saying, wait a minute, with all the people that you know and all the friends you have, nobody comes to visit or to help you out. So Solaine said, no, they're not reliable and they can't cook. But I think really she was just hoping that Donna would come by and take care of her or help her out. That's who she wanted to come by, her friend Donna. So Donna said, at least have someone come by and help you out with your breakfast. And Solaine was saying, well, there's no one. And Donna said, there's got to be someone. I know who. I'm going to call Sandra. What about Sandra? Solaine said, okay, she'll do because I like her. When we sleep all night, we get up in the morning and we eat that breakfast. That's why it's called breakfast, because we've been fasting all night and we're breaking the fast in the morning by eating, right? So Donna said, I'm going to get someone to at least make you breakfast. When last have you had some porridge? So Donna is thinking about all these things to help her friend to recover, to get better, because she knows that this is not the Solaine that she knows. She knows somebody who is feisty, somebody who walks quickly, talks quickly, just quick in every way. And she has slowed up, so it's a concern. So Auntie Donna told Solaine that she's getting people in to do the cooking, change the pillowcases, the sheets, the whatever needs changing, clean up the place, and just take care of her and the house. And I guess that's going to continue until Solaine recovers and get well on her feet. And then all the maid service and the cooking service will stop. And then she will pick up and start taking care of herself on her own. You have to help people when you're sick to recover. And once they recover, then you have to rehab them in taking care of themselves, and they have to get back to normal. You can't just keep pampering them because they'll never fully recover and they will become dependent on the pampering, and you're doing them a disservice. So Donna being very intuitive, said, okay, I'm going to make arrangement for someone to come in the morning and make you breakfast. At least start your day off with something in your stomach, because you're fasting all night. Let's face it, people. We fast all night. So Donna gets on the phone and started to make her phone calls. You can tell this is a woman who gets things done, okay? She starts to make her phone calls. She makes arrangements for Sandra to come in and help out. And Sandra is the person who Solaine said that's the only person she trusts and is reliable, and she likes her, and she can come in and help her. And Donna said, well, wait a minute, she's got a baby. She's helping to take care of this baby. I don't know if she's going to do it, but let me call and ask her. She calls her pronto. And Sandra said, no problem. I'll be there. When does the job start? And she wanted to be clear on it. She said, first thing in the morning. Auntie Donna said, yes, first thing in the morning you come, you make the breakfast, you make sure she eats. And then, so, Donna wanted to know, well, what's the cooking arrangements now? And she says, well, I'm cooking on a hot plate. And Donna said, what? You're cooking on a hot plate when your brother Joseph receives money every month and he is getting enough money to get the gas? So once again, Auntie Donna got on the phone and she, make arrangement for the gas company to come in there and deliver the gas. She made arrangements for the parts that are needed to connect and to repair the stove, because someone is going to come in to do the repair and to connect the gas and do all of that. She made all that arrangement. She set aside money for that. She set aside money for the hospital bill, to see the doctor, the medications, So Auntie Donna had the bills covered that Solaine shouldn't have to worry about anything. So you know what that says? A friend in need is a friend indeed, because all the people who Solaine run around with, all her drinking buddies and partying buddies, nobody is around. Even if she doesn't want people around, at least they can visit, right? They don't have to go there and take care of her. They can at least visit, see how she's doing. But nobody has been visiting. That's what she says. And so you just got to hand it to that Auntie Donna. She's very caring. And when you're that caring, God blesses you. And your blessings are multiplied. Okay? And that's why she's so prosperous. People wonder why? Because she's giving. There's an old saying, the more you give, the more you receive. Well, that's what happens to Donna. She gives. She builds houses for people and assists in them moving into new homes and make sure their lives are improved. And what does God do in return for her? He blesses her even more. So that is just a lesson for everyone looking at this episode of Auntie Donna Visits Solaine, that when you call yourself a friend, don't use that word loosely, because you're only a friend if that person that you're calling a friend, when they're sick, if you're wrong, to help take care of them. That's the benchmark. That's the true measure of friendship. Not drinking buddy and partying buddy, but when I'm sick, are you going to be around to help me get better and recover? That's the hallmark of a true friendship. YouTubers, I'm over now. That is my recap for Auntie Donna Visits Solaine. And it was not just a visit. It was a recovery, because now she has to try to help her friend. But what I liked is that Auntie Donna cleared the air. She reminded Solaine that the things that she said about her hurt her. And people, before you can move on to rebuild your friendship, you have to take care of what happened in the past to destroy the friendship. And Auntie Donna did. So now they can move forward in the relationship. of mending and healing that relationship. Solaine also gave a heartfelt apology that was sincere. But I wanted to mention something that happened in the beginning of this episode. This is how people destroy their blessings. When Auntie Donna asked that man who was selling goods if she can have it for free, and he said no, he don't do anything for free. He has to have pay, and the pay has to be first before she can get the product. She didn't have to reach back and help him. She didn't have to extend herself and help him because he was being selfish with her. Out of the goodness of his heart, he should have been able to say, you know what, I'm going to let you have it this time, and you pay me when you can. But in the kindness of her heart, she saw where he was in need. He was in need. And he explained to her that he was trying to raise money so he can get, I think a new door or something to that sort. So, YouTubers, that was another lesson learned. Sometimes the person that is putting out their hand, begging you for something, is just testing you to see your generosity. And maybe they can do for you that than you can ever do for them. Like in Miss Donna's case, she was asking him to give her that product for free, and he refused. But she can do for him more than he can ever do for her. But I'm glad to see Solaine and Miss Donna back together. Solaine is really happy. Miss Donna is happy. They are better together. They're happier together. It's a true friendship. YouTube family, I'm over and out. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before leaving the page. And like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.